and going through their pregame warm-ups, trying to get loose and focused here before tip. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. Hello, basketball fans. Brian Anderson here, courtside with Doris Burke and Grant Hill. Our reporter is Allie LaForce. All right, let's take a look at some numbers for Darius Garland.
He's been really dialed in from deep during these last 5 games. Looking assertive and in control every time he rises up to shoot from beyond the three-point line. And it's been fun to watch.
And the starting group for Chicago. Okongwu out there with Jackson. Then there's Zach LaVine. Then it's Donovan Clingan. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot. And for Brooklyn, we've got Isaiah Stewart. Cunningham is out there with Darius Garland. Then it's Moses Moody. And it's Adebayo in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. A significant amount of games behind us now. Rookies are definitely starting to feel it, Doris.
I mean, at this point, it's been almost twice the amount of games they played during a college season. Very hard to prepare rookies for that first run through an NBA schedule.
Nice shot by George.
Paul George just so fluid offensively. What a pretty move right there.
Garland against LaVine. Pass to Cunningham. Fires the 3. Ooh, nice D from George. Over Cunningham. And George gets it to go on the assist by Clingan.
Yeah, I love the way Paul George fights for position on the interior.
Adebayo is screen on George. And here's Cunningham outside. Chicago grabs the miss. Their last encounter was in Chicago.
Last time these teams met up, they practically got run over. But to be fair, they took issue with some of the calls they were handed.
Yeah, their starters got into foul trouble, and it felt as if some of the calls were ticky-tack, no doubt, but nonetheless, damage was done.
Just 2 to shoot. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow.
You see the athleticism of Cunningham, using it there to come up with the swat.
And that shot was going nowhere thanks to that aggressive swat.
And that kind of rejection early on energizes your squad. The coaching staff just loves this kind of hustle.
Brooklyn's gone 0 for 2 from outside. Garland, the pass to Adebayo. And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter. Cunningham can't get that one to fall. The Bulls have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. George against Cunningham to the middle. Pass to Jackson. George outside. Here's Okongwu. Back to George. This one for 3. Knocks down the long J. George has got 7.
The countless hours Paul George has put into that three-point shooting, a huge part of his development.
Cunningham passes to Adebayo. And he buries his first look.
And they get that first bucket. 1 for 4 to start this game.
Garland against George. Here's LaVine for 3. Another 3 for Chicago.
LaVine's form is pure. That three-point shot is pretty.
Well, Grant, last season, the Nets retired number 15, the jersey of Vince Carter.
Yeah, half man, half amazing. In his half-decade in New Jersey, making 3 All-Star teams, 2 as a starter, and joins his former teammate Jason Kidd amidst the 7 jerseys we see hanging above us.
Pass to Stewart. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Garland, the pass to Adebayo. 3 on the clock. Shoots over Clingan.
Boy, that's brutal. 1 for 5 to start. You have got to find your footing offensively.
And here's Okongwu. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk with Jordy Fernandez for a minute. I wondered what Coach has in store for PG tonight. Hopefully a low-scoring game, Coach joked, going on to say, we'll throw some aggressive defenses his way, but we also have to play him well when he's off the ball. It's a tricky assignment, so Coach is aware this is going to be a challenge for his team. Back over to you, Brian.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Now here's Moody. His nightly numbers respectable, putting up 10 points a game. And here's Cunningham outside, and it's good. First made shot in 4 attempts.
And look at the lack of hesitation. Cade gets the ball and is confident he can make the shot.
Levine passes to Okongwu. For 3, George. No, sir. He's now 3 for 5 in this one. Nets trail by 3. Cunningham looking around. Stewart, a screen on George. And here's Cunningham outside. Chicago with a rebound.
Man, miss after miss for him. When you're having a quarter like this, the only beneficiary is the defense.
Garland against Levine. George with a steal. Inside, here's Okongwu. Some solid defense from Stewart.
Nothing more important than contesting layups and dunks. A great job defensively.
There's Cunningham with a 3. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Boy, this has not been his night. The effort's certainly there, but he looks disjointed.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Adebayo passes to Cunningham. Back to Adebayo. Oh, got a piece of it. Jackson with it. He's picked up by Garland. Pass to Okongwu to get back on track. The rebound by Garland. Nets trail by 3. Now here's Cunningham. Adebayo, a screen on Jackson. And Adebayo slams it in.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Cunningham could run this play with his eyes closed. He's so good at getting others set up.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Houston, he's checked in for Moody. Monk, he's checked in for Chicago. And this gives us a chance to see the assist leaders among the league's big men in the past 10 games. Second is Paul George. Bam Adebayo, third.
And you have to credit the high basketball IQ of these bigs. They see the floor so well, and that's whether they're facing up or dishing out of the post.
A feel for the game and terrific court vision. There's not an angle or an open teammate that they won't spot and find right away. The simple little draw and dish play is elevated to an art form by that group.
Klingon. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. That's on Isaiah Stewart.
You're getting really physical there inside. Now, Klingon knows this is just going to be part of the routine for him here in the league.
No good on that one.
And one look at Donovan Klingon, and you see why scouts were excited about him. 7'2" with a great build. You can only imagine the intimidating presence he could become on the floor.
And he's good on the second. Garland with the ball. Coming off a 28-point game against Washington. Stewart outside. Pass to Cunningham. Oh, George with a steal. To the inside. This is his first opportunity at the line this evening. Free throw good, Okongwu. Eubanks, he's checked in for Brooklyn. That one misses. Nets trail by 3. Outside Garland. Pass to Cunningham. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Adebayo feeling it out a bit. Shot clock at 5. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Here's Houston. Oh, that doesn't go on the chance to tie. Chicago leading by 3. To the middle. Here's Okongwu. Rebounded by the Nets. They defeated Washington in their last game.
It was textbook rim protection in that game, taking real pride in shutting down the other team.
It was obvious. They pressured that team from the outset every trip down the floor. That will wear an opponent down over time.
Now here's Monk. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Here's Houston. Pass to Cunningham. Levine with a steal. Here's Monk. And here's Okongwu. For 3, George. And he gets it to go. 4 for 6 so far. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for the Bulls?
I must say their defensive intensity has been impressive so far, really making it hard for the offense to hold on to the ball.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. That free throw no good. Newell, he's checked in for Bam Adebayo. So he can't get either to fall. In a lot of ways, Paul George has been the prototype of the modern swingman, Grant.
Yeah, 6'8", and with his versatile skill set, plug and play on any team. But health has been a challenge as of late. Now in his mid-30s, can he maintain that elite level?
Boy, still trying to get comfortable out there right now.
Monk finds Levine. And here's Klingon, guarded by Garland. And there's Klingon on the assist by Levine. And it's an 8-point Bulls lead.
I love it. When Klingon starts throwing that weight around, he'll knock you out of position.
And so the timeout by Jordi Fernandez here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Some changes for Chicago. Jackson, he's checked in for Klingon. And Buzelis is subbed in for Levine. Here's Cunningham. Turned in an outstanding game against Washington. Outside Garland, looking to end the run. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham.
Well, this is what you get when you get Darius Garland off the basketball. Very capable in the catch and shoot.
Pass to Okongwu. Now here's George. Fires the three. Offensive rebound. He can't hit that time.
If you try something like that, you better be sure to complete it.
Eubanks the screen. Here's Houston. And a miss there on the triple. Bulls leading by 5. And here's George. Coming off a 31-point game against Denver. Pass to Buzelis. George in the post. He's watched by Cunningham. Here's a Kongwu. Shot blocked.
This is a quarter he'd rather forget. This guy just can't seem to get the lid off of that bucket.
Nails it from 3.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Here's Buzelis. George outside. Monk for 3. It's rebounded by Houston.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Pass to Cunningham. Back to Eubanks. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And what a read there from Cunningham, showing he has vision and timing with his passes.
The Bulls on offense. And here's a Kongwu. George outside. Three-pointer. Newell pulls it in.
I'm not sure he expected to be that wide open and yet somehow comes away empty.
And it's Cunningham missing.
Boy, this is the story of the night for this guy. He's taken a lot of questionable shots.
Pass to Buzelis. Deflects the pass. And now the Nets on the break. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. All right, a look at how the hustle game has been going for Brooklyn.
Well, their hands resulting in plenty of steals in the early going, keeping the opposition there off balance.
The other thing, I cannot be more impressed by the defense they've shown tonight. Their willingness to close on shooters, blocking shots, playing with great effort.
A minute 22 left in the first quarter. And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments.
Trying anything now to get them out of this slump.
Just feels like the basket is looking awfully small to them right now. They're having a hard time getting anything to fall.
Eubanks, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Terry comes in for Juzang. All right, let's take a look at the highest scoring teams over the past month in the NBA. 5th on the list, the Bulls.
This team has really found a great offensive rhythm lately, running smart plays, sharing the ball, and racking up points.
A minute 15 left in the first quarter here. Chicago passing it around. Monk passes to Jackson. Now Russell. He had 9 points in his last time out. Outside Adebayo. To the wing on the left. And Russell with the 3. And the Nets lead by 6.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Pass to Buzelis. George outside. Monk for 3. The rebound by Eubanks.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Terry, the pass to Adebayo. It's good. And now it's an 8-point Brooklyn lead.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
Now here's Monk. Still no points. There's 10 seconds left to play in the first. Okongwu, a screen on Russell. 5 to shoot. And again, no good by Chicago. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. And don't go far. We'll be right back. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the Nets, what do you think, guys?
They're getting a big contribution from the bench already.
As a coach, I think you get a certain feel for what your team needs. And credit this guy for not waiting around. He went ahead and made the adjustment.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. Malik Monk is out there with Zach LaVine. Then it's Buzelis, then it's Jackson, and it's Jackson in at the 5, roaming the paint. And he drops the first. And you look at the shot pattern for D'Angelo Russell. Doris, lots of threes in there.
You're right, B.A. There are certain guys who believe in their ability to get hot from distance, and it can completely change the tenor of the game. That has been the story of D'Angelo's career.
And the Nets making a change here. Eubanks is checked in. And Grant, when talking about certain players, we hear expressions like, he does the little things, or he does the dirty work. What does all that mean exactly?
You know, it's about what doesn't show up in the box score. Setting good screens, winning those 50-50 balls, hustling back on defense. Often, it's just as important as putting up those points.
Here's Adebayo. Chicago making their last shot. Eubanks the screen. Confident take by Adebayo.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Jackson outside. Outside Monk. Pass to LaVine. Adebayo grabs the board.
Listen, that's a good shot for him. He just couldn't connect.
The 3. It's hauled in by the Bulls. It's off to Boston after this one, where they will face the Celtics. That'll wrap up this short 2-game road trip. Inside. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And that's a well-timed play with Buzelis ready to catch and finish.
The shot by Eubanks, no good. The Bulls trail by 7. Pass to Jackson. Here's Buzelis, hounded by Adebayo. Here's LaVine. Here's Jackson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Jackson's got his first points of the game.
Now, what's the saying? Don't box out, you get your feelings hurt.
Outside Adebayo. And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. And they get it back. Monk against Russell. Launches it from deep. The rebound by Jackson. Bulls trail by 5. Here's Buzelis. Right now contributing around 10.5 points a game. Over Adebayo. The shot by Buzelis, no good. For Brooklyn, they've gotten nothing to go out of 5 attempts so far this quarter. Adebayo, a screen on Monk. Back to Adebayo. Adebayo with the slam.
And that's a perfect pass by Russell. He really understands where to get his man the ball.
To the left side wing. Here's Levine for three. Got it. 2 for 5 now.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Brooklyn shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. For Brooklyn, Moody comes in for Eubanks. And Darius Garland subbed in for Terry. And so he makes both from the line. And so it's Monk who brings up the ball for the Bulls. Jackson outside. Chicago passing it around. Here's Levine. Oh, Levine in the paint.
I tell you what, how high Levine gets on the jump, this guy's such an effective scorer on the inside.
Garland against Levine. Right at the free throw line. Chicago with a rebound. Jackson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Monk finds Jackson. Back to Monk. Pass to Levine. Here's the pick. Lets it fly. Jackson can't get it to go. Moody with it. Jackson in his pocket. Here's Garland. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Garland's got his 2nd bucket on the night.
Well, you can see how effective Darius Garland can be shooting it. It's all about him finding his rhythm.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And the Nets making a change here. Eubanks is checked in. Then for Chicago, Klingon comes in for Jackson. And it's Paul George in for Monk. Here's Buzelis. George finds Levine. Klingon with a screen. Shot clock at 6. Levine can't hit. Brooklyn leading by 6. Outside Russell. Outside Adebayo. Pass to Moody. Outside Adebayo. Bam, on the move. And finished off by Adebayo.
Oh, Adebayo's an aggressive player who plays with passion. Have to as an undersized center in this league.
Here's Levine for 3. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Eubanks. Good, and the assist goes to Adebayo. Adebayo's got his 4th assist in this one. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
George passes to Jackson. Now here's Levine, guarded by Russell. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, Bia. Commissioner Adam Silver talked about tweaking the game. He said analytics takes sports in a certain direction because it's a coach and GM's job to win, and they'll do everything they can to do so under the existing rules. It's on us to adjust because we're also looking at the aesthetic appeal of the game. Back to you, Brian.
Thank you very much for the report, Allie. Kate Cunningham's checked in for Russell. Free throw's good, Adebayo. And no question, Bam Adebayo, one of the best all-around big men in the league.
Yeah, even as his efficiency has waned just a bit in recent years, he remains steady Eddie on a nightly basis. A two-way player who gives you a little of everything.
Over to the left wing. Garland, a good look. Gets a very good look and converts. Garland's got 7 points.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
Pass to Buzelis. George for three. Brooklyn pulls it in.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Adebayo. He's now 8 for 11 after that made shot.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Here's Buzelis. George outside. They still need this. Ooh, give him his 5th make of the game in 10 attempts.
Boy, this guy doing his job, spacing the floor. He had 2 triples in the first, and he just gets his 3rd to go.
Adebayo, a screen on Levine. Down low. And finished off by Adebayo.
This, guys, is something Garland does so well. Excellent reading defenses, exploiting them in the pick and rolls. That is nicely done.
Pass to Buzelis. George outside. Puts up a 3. Another 3 for Chicago.
And they're going to have to pay more attention to him on the perimeter. He's hit 4 3-pointers already today.
And here's Adebayo over Buzelis. Can't get it to go. 9 for 13 shooting in this one. Pass to George. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. 18 points for him.
He's really carrying the load, but no man can do it all by himself.
Garland, the pass to Cunningham. Outside Adebayo. Back to Eubanks. Jackson with it. Guarded by Adebayo. And pushing it up the floor. Here comes Brooklyn. That one goes. Count it. Adebayo's got 21 points in the game.
Well, you can see the team is just continuing to call his number. Until the defense figures it out, it ain't going to change.
Levine feeling it out a bit. Pass to George. To the paint. Here's Buzelis. And so he draws the foul. Headed to the line to shoot a pair. And here's what the schedule for Brooklyn looks like. On Wednesday, they'll go up against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Indiana Pacers. Then on Thursday, they'll go up against Tyrese Halliburton and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And for that game against the Thunder, they'll want to come out fighting in that one. They'll be big-time underdogs, but anything can happen.
And he makes a first. Stewart, he's checked in for Brooklyn. And the Bulls also making a change. Okongwu's checked in for Jackson. So he gets them both.
This is definitely not the guy to foul. He loves getting to the free throw line.
Cunningham against George. Adebayo, a screen on George. Garland, the pass to Adebayo. Shoots over Klingon. Bam! Challenges the interior D.
You know, they're really being bullied right now defensively. 8 of the last 10 points have come from inside.
He's still feeling it. That one rolls around and rims out. And so it's Garland who brings up the ball for the Nets. 17 points was their biggest margin. Here's Adebayo. Klingon with a defensive effort.
Everything right except the finish. have to keep focused all the way through the play.
George passes to Okongwu. Kicks it to George. Lets it go from deep. They get the rebound. It's George on the wing. Fires from deep. 8 makes out of 15 shots. He's got it going.
This guy's been impressive this quarter, putting his team on his back.
Adebayo, a screen on George. Pass to Garland. Left side Adebayo. And Klingon pulls it down. Klingon's got 4 rebounds in the game. George in the post. He's watched by Cunningham. George passes to Okongwu. No good there. That would have cut it to single digits. Nets leading by 10. There's Cunningham with a 3. Cunningham attacks for 3.
And Cunningham has to continue to improve his three-point shot. It's very important for his development.
Cunningham against George. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
Boy, something so good about a perfectly placed lead pass. That is nice.
Cunningham against George. Cunningham passes to Adebayo. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham. Cunningham's got his 4th assist in this one.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
Pass to Buzelis. Knocks down the triple. Buzelis has got 9 points in the quarter.
You love it when a guy can put a slow start behind him and begin to ramp it up.
Adebayo, a screen on George. Outside Moody. Close in. Moses Moody.
Cunningham seeing the floor oh so well in his young career.
George outside. Bam Adebayo has been leading the charge for the Nets. 25 points and counting for him. They have relied heavily on his offense. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
And for that game against the Celtics, although they appear to be the better team, they can't get caught up thinking that. That's when you let your guard down.
And in this league, Jet, it seems like upsets happen every week. And let's talk now about that first half. What a commanding start for the Nets.
Offensively, they can post you, drive it, run cutters. They're living large in that painted area.
And the defense has tried to pack it in a little, but those guys just keep coming.
That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. It's been a clinic out there by Bam Adebayo.
He's been on a tear so far, throwing down some vicious dunks. I was a little worried for the rim in the first half.
Oh, his power is unbelievable. An intimidating force when he's at his best.
Brooklyn leading by 12. Bam Adebayo is out there with Isaiah Stewart. Then it's Moses Moody. Then it's Darius Garland. And it's Cunningham in at the point guard position. And that's the group for Jordi Fernandez as we begin the second half.
And just an effective offensive talent. Adebayo plays so hard, and that's really what drives his game.
No problems knocking that one down. Buzelis has got 12 points in the game.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
To the right side. Garland, the pass to Adebayo. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
You can't fall for Adebayo's pump fake, or else he'll go right into the contact.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. First one falls for him.
And what makes Bam special is his versatility, offensively and defensively. He can do a lot more out there for you than most other guys.
And both free throws good for Adebayo. The Bulls trail by 13. Pass to Okongwu. Outside Levine. 4-3. How about Levine showing off the range?
Feet planted, angle set. All Levine needed was the basketball.
And Jordi Fernandez wants a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. Firing up the 2K leaderboard. The NBA's leaders in shooting over the last month. Fourth, the Bulls.
Offensively, people are moving without the ball, making the extra pass, and that's led to a high shooting percentage for them, really, over the last month.
And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Garland for 3. It's rebounded by George. The Bulls trail by 10. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Cade Cunningham picks that one up.
Zach LaVine, explosive with athleticism, with his hops, with his ability to score the basketball.
Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Levine. Both free throws good from Levine. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn. Their next game playing at home as the Pacers come to town. It's game 3 of a trifecta at home. And finished off by Adebayo.
The explosiveness off the screen. I mean, Bam's so good at knowing where to roll to after setting picks.
When you think about the skill of Cade Cunningham, Grant, at his height, what a combination.
You know, BA, whether it's scoring inside or seeing over the defense or just beasting on smaller guards, his 6'6" frame is certainly an advantage.
Now here's George. He's got 21. Shot clock at 2. Here's Levine for 3. With the clock winding down. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
And as a rebounder, Clingan is probably more advanced at the offensive end at this point.
Here's Garland. Here's Adebayo. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. It's on Onyeka Okongwu. This will be his 4th shot at the line here in this one. Free throws good. Adebayo. The Bulls trail by 11. George outside. Pass to Okongwu. Outside Levine. Sinks it from distance. Levine's got 8 here in this quarter.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Now here's Adebayo. He's got 34. Rejected by Clingan.
I like this. The sheer size and reach of Clingan was a big factor in him finding that block.
George in the post. He's watched by Cunningham. Pass to Buzelis. Now here's a Kongwu. Clock at 4. Here's Levine for 3. Brooklyn pulls it in. Adebayo's got 8 rebounds in the game. Garland for 3. Yes, and it's Adebayo picking up the assist. Adebayo's got 5 assists tonight.
And Garland is someone you must be aware of at all times, especially out on the perimeter.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. It's February. Let's see how things are shaping up in the East. You look at the Bulls, their efforts so far have put them 5th in the conference with plenty of time left to move up. And of course the Brooklyn Nets, 6 games behind.
I think for the Nets, they failed to deliver the great season people were hoping for, but it's far from hopeless. Plenty of time to turn things around for them.
It's an amazing thing. If you can get a couple of wins, generate some momentum, you've got to believe they'll be just fine.
Now here's a Kongwu. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. To the middle. Adebayo with a steal. Pass to Cunningham. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Garland for 3. And it's Chicago with a board. Now here's Levine. 16 points for him. And stolen by Stewart. Out to the wing. Now Garland. George defending. Okongwu against Stewart. Pass to George. Outside Levine. 6 on the shot clock. Blocked! And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D. The Bulls making a switch here. Jackson is checked in. Brooklyn leading by 11. Cunningham with the ball. He has 6. Adebayo a screen on George. And here's Cunningham outside. And the Nets miss again.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. George has got 24.
Well, Paul George is a big-time scorer, and it matters not where he is, but you give him a corner 3, he'll take it.
Now here's Cunningham. A great score, averaging almost 26 a game. Here's Adebayo. Brooklyn, no good that time either. The Bulls trail by 8. Pass to Okongwu. George outside. The 3 is up. And he jams it home with authority.
For a 7'2" guy like Donovan Clingan, it must be easy to jam it.
Garland for 3. And it's Chicago with a board. George has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Jackson, pass to George. Up and in on the layup. And now it's just a 4-point Brooklyn lead.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Down low. Here's Adebayo. And finished off by Adebayo.
I'll tell you, Bam is having a massive impact on this game. They just can't stop him.
George for 3. He drops it from range. That's 29 for him.
Yeah, in the first half, he was unstoppable from deep. Now, 2 more since the break.
Adebayo a screen on George. Out to the right wing. And finished off by Adebayo.
What a confident dunk by Adebayo. He knows there's little the defense can do once he's elevated.
Here's George. The rebound by Moody. Moody's got 4 rebounds now. Inside. The shot that time not on target. And George with some nice D. Jackson outside. George outside. Here's Levine for 3. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. George has got his 4th assist in this one.
I tell you, that jumper of Levine, so pure looking when he's in rhythm.
There's Cunningham with a 3. And Clingan pulls it down.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the board.
And the dunk by Jackson.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Adebayo, a screen on George. Adebayo, that's good. Adebayo's got 40 points.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They should continue to ride the hot hand.
Pass to Jackson. And here's Levine. He's watched by Cunningham. Here's George for the lead. That shot is off. Outside Adebayo. Back to Stewart. Jackson outside. Now George. Here's Jackson. Moody defends. And there's Klingon on the assist from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists now in this one. And so the timeout by Jordi Fernandez here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
He recognized his players were fatigued and needed time to catch their breath.
Houston, he's checked in for Moody. Then for Chicago, Jackson, he's checked in for Klingon. And it's Monk in for Zach LaVine. Garland, the pass to Houston. And here's Adebayo. Cunningham, a screen on Monk. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Garland's got 5 points now in the quarter. And so it's Monk who brings up the ball for Chicago. Doris, we got to give credit to Darius Garland for continuing to develop his body.
BA, like every smaller guard in the league, teams attack him defensively. So just like a Steph Curry, you build your strength and your balance, and you continue to play with pride on that end, and that is pivotal to his development.
The Nets with a lead. Stewart finds Garland. Outside Adebayo. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Monk against Cunningham. 5 on the clock. Back to Adebayo. Takes the 3. Chicago grabs the miss. And here's Jackson. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
And a breakdown here, guys, of the hustle stats for the Nets.
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
And he can't get the first one. Some changes for Brooklyn. Newell, he's checked in for Stewart. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Garland. He hits the second from the line. Boy, you love how guys are making plays for one another here.
Yeah, just a balanced attack, a total team effort.
Now here's Cunningham. He's got 6. It's stolen by Okongwu. And stolen by Cunningham. Out to the right wing. Puts it up from 15. Monk grabs the miss. Chicago trailing here. Okongwu, the pass to Monk. To the inside. George outside for the lead. Pure from three-point range. George has got 11 here in the quarter alone.
Once Paul George has the first couple go down, now he knows he's cooking, and it's going to be a long night.
Adebayo in the post. Jackson on him. Off with the layup. And the Bulls shooting a remarkable 60% clip. Very efficient. Monk passes to Okongwu. George outside from behind the arc. Newell pulls it in.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
They set a pick. The 3 from Russell. Chicago with a rebound. Jackson's got rebound number 7 tonight. And that's a foul called on Onyeka Okongwu. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
You can't have that type of miscue in this moment in this game. You have to be on the same page.
Moody's checked in for Brooklyn. Now here's Russell. Doing some damage on the offensive end. Putting up a little over 14 points a game. Nails it from beyond the arc.
His three-point shot looks so pure. The defense allowing him to get comfortable out there.
Now here's George. Tight defense on him. It's Monk on the wing. Pass to Okongwu. Jackson with a screen on Adebayo. 5 to shoot. And the dunk by Jackson.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. And a deep 3 from Russell. Paul George, he's feeling it tonight. He's been the driving force for Chicago. And that quarter was all about him, leading the comeback charge. Now they're up in this one. We'll be right back with you shortly. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the 4th quarter could have more action in store for us. On the court for the Bulls, getting the 4th quarter going. Zach LaVine out there with Malik Monk. Then there's Isaiah Jackson. Then it's Buzelis. And it's Jackson in at the small forward position. And Russell's got the ball here for the Nets. Outside Garland. Eubanks the screen. That one's good. Garland for 3. And the Nets lead by 2.
This guy has such a good-looking stroke. Darius from deep.
Here's LaVine for 3. LaVine with the answer from long distance.
He hit a couple from range in the first half, but now his confidence is through the roof.
Russell against Monk. Russell, the pass to Garland. Outside Moody. 6 to shoot. Releases from 15. Not enough on that one as it misses. Well, Chicago's shooting the rock well at 46%. Here's Jackson. Jackson, the pass to LaVine. Jackson with a screen on Garland. Pass to Jackson. And they call an illegal screen here.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Brooklyn making a switch here. Smith's checked in. Now here's Garland. Shakes him. That falls. Nice assist by Russell. Garland's got 10 points here in the second half.
Boy, how about the nimbleness to overcome the defense inside. Darius Garland makes his opportunities. Outside LaVine. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
This is getting out of hand. He committed only 1 turnover in the first half, but has several since then.
The Nets have gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Outside Garland. Into the lane. Good. And he's hit 8 of 14 now. A solid offensive performance. Bulls trail by 3. Pass to Buzelis for 3. Sends it home from three-point land.
Yeah, this demonstrates how confident Buzelis is. He knows he can be lethal off the catch.
Russell, the pass to Garland. Pulls up at the elbow. Chicago with a rebound.
Boy, taking what's there. Very good shot selection, just not the result you hope for.
Chicago passing it around. Inside, Buzelis. Another basket. He's now 6 for 7 in the contest.
He still needs to fill out to be more physical down there, and that will come with time. But Buzelis can handle his own.
Smith finds Russell. And here's Garland. Gets the 3 to fall. Garland's got 10 points in the quarter.
After hitting only 1 from downtown in the first half, he's exploded with 3 since.
Pass to Buzelis. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Levine can't hit.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Now here's Russell. He's covered by Levine. Garland for 3. That falls. Nice assist by Russell. Russell's got assist number 5 here tonight.
When this guy starts hitting threes, watch out. He's just pouring it on this half.
Here's Buzelis. Here's Levine for 3. He buries it from 3. Levine's got 17 points here in the second half. Pass to Garland. Launches it. Again, Garland missing. For Chicago, they've gotten 4 of 5 attempts to fall so far in the fourth. Oh, here's Moody with a drive. He got a piece of it. Jackson on the wing. It's Monk on the wing. Here's Buzelis. Takes a 3. And Levine gets it to go on the assist by Buzelis. Buzelis has got his 6th assist of the night. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Chicago.
I mean, those swats, they can get into your head, make you think twice about shooting it. So it's about more than just those block numbers.
The other thing that jumps out about their performance tonight, the amount of steals really pressuring those ball handlers.
For Chicago, Okongwu comes in for Jackson, and it's Paul George in for Monk. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, well, Jordi Fernandez was just reviewing the plan with his team. With the game so close, he wanted his team to stay aggressive, saying, don't be a watcher, be an actor. Go out and make something happen on the court. Don't let it come to you.
Allie, thank you. Now here's Stewart. Pass to Cunningham. Looking to get it going. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It's going to go on Paul George.
I love big guards, and Cunningham using the size to perfection.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Cunningham.
You've got to admire the all-around capability of Cunningham. Can impact a game in so many ways.
And the call will be against Cade Cunningham. That'll be a second foul of the game. Brooklyn making a switch here. Houston's checked in. Levine against Russell. Oh, there's the alley. And it's good. 2 points. And the Bulls lead by 2.
And their offense has been much tighter since halftime. The guys are starting to work together, moving the ball around, getting good shots.
Here's Adebayo. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham. Adebayo's got 42 in the game. Outside Levine. Pass to Okongwu. Cunningham against George. And stolen by Cunningham. Down low. Oh, Cunningham rises up.
There's Cunningham showing off that leaping ability. Outstanding finish with the slam.
Here's Buzelis. Now George. He's watched by Cunningham. Pass to Levine. Beyond the arc. The rebound by Stewart. Stewart's got 6 rebounds in the game. Outside for Russell. Three-pointer. Knocks it down from distance. And now it's a 5-point Brooklyn lead.
And they keep attacking from the three-point range here in the second half.
Here's Buzelis. Outside Levine. And there's the foul. It's on D'Angelo Russell. That's his first foul. Garland's checked in for Brooklyn. Three-pointer, Buzelis. And once again, off the mark by Chicago. Nets leading by 5. Cunningham on the wing. Adebayo sets a screen. Goes up at the stripe. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
Jackson finds George. Here's Levine. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. George has got 6 assists here tonight.
He has been a one-man show trying to keep them competitive.
Now here's Stewart. Knocked loose. Left side Adebayo. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's on Onyeka Okongwu.
Inside, Bam really doesn't hold back. He takes his shot right through the foul.
Moody's checked in for Russell. And the Bulls also making a change. Klingen's checked in.
Good physicality from him in the second half, earning more trips to the line.
Pass to Buzelis. Levine against Cunningham. Now here's George. Puts it up from 17. Here's Klingen. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
They finally found their shooting touch after a rough first half.
Cunningham outside. Stewart, a screen on George. Oh, deflected. It's stolen by Okongwu. 3-on-3. George finds Okongwu. Soft touch off the glass.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game, and that one was easy.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively.
Now here's Adebayo. Rejected by Klingen. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Klingen. And it's time to take another look at that powerful block.
Yeah, obviously he had the shot well anticipated, able to shut it down with authority.
Outside Moody. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tipped away. Oh, George with a steal. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. The shot by Buzelis is no good.
That's some outstanding on-court awareness there. Just a terrific change of shot.
Adebayo, a screen on Levine. Cade on the move. Oh, he missed the jumper.
High scoring hasn't been what we're accustomed to, but as a team, they have been able to find success.
Here's George. Now Levine. Now George. Shot clock at 5. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Bad defense, bad shot. Neither working on that play.
Now Stewart. Levine with a steal. To tie it up. Yes! Using that window.
Oh, man. Massive points from Buzelis. Yes.
George against Cunningham. Cunningham showing the D no mercy.
Not afraid of taking big shots. Cunningham rises to the occasion and delivers.
That free throw good from Cunningham.
This guy embraces coming up big for his team.
Here's Okongwu. Levine outside. He launches the triple drops.
This guy has earned a reputation for handling pressure and making clutch shots.
Adebayo sets a screen.
You know, when he gets inside, Cade does a great job of using his plus size as a guard. Just forces the defenders to foul him.
He drops the first one, and that gives him a lead. So he gets them both, and it's a two-point ball game.
And just incredible confidence at the free throw line. That is how you win close games.
Garland against George. To take the lead. Can't get it to go. Brooklyn's gone 4 of 5 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. Cunningham. Garland. The putback. How about the activity?
One thing we know about Darius Garland already, he is never going to shy away from a big-time opportunity.
Here's Buzelis. Moody defends. Klingin inside. Working on Adebayo.
Big-time shot, sending his teammates into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together, everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Now here's Cunningham. George is there for the rebound. Here are the Bulls with the ball. Levine outside. To take the lead. Oh, off target from downtown. Here's Buzelis. Now George from downtown. Oh, the long ball, no good. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very last moment to seal it.
And so many times we see these close games won by the home team.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie LaForce, Doris Burke, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson alongside our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for watching. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Bam Adebayo.